don't tend to use it effectively are those that have been brought by others. Wife brings husband along who has the belief of I'm stupid going on, and is quite happy to hold on to that belief of I'm stupid, because if he got rid of it, he would have to perform at a higher level. Or a parent that might bring their child along kicking and screaming. That is the only time that it doesn't work, from memory.
Okay. So if you've got an open mind,
absolutely,
you generally find
absolutely
improvement.
Yeah. And, I have used this technique with people, and we've gone in and like the memory's been distorted or fuzzy and really hard, but there's a reason that's happening, and that's because that child is so traumatized. There are a lot of events that have led up to that, and I'm just automatically thinking we need to go back earlier. And when we go back earlier and deal with that, all the stuff backing up, and like I say, we can go back in utero or whatever, that when we revisit that picture, it's clear as a bell. And not only that, the child is feeling in a whole different place because there's not that backing up going on, if that makes sense, from all the younger times. It's quite amazing. Get this domino effect. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Yep.
What happens with someone who's had, a friend, I'll use a live example, a lady who's had 16 years of small trauma, I guess, from probably 16 years and 9 months if you include her pre-birth time, with two extremely dysfunctional parents who just put her down and said she was worthless, useless.
Yep.
This went on for 16 years.
Okay.
And she's now 40, but of course it's very difficult to know where to start.
Yeah, okay. So they put her down and saying that she's hope. I would go with the energy of what she's feeling. Okay, because there will be an energy there, right? And very, very powerful technique is to tune her into that and let her go back as early as you can remember to when it first started. It's one step at a time, but, it's like that generalisation effect we hear about in EFT. Just because you've got a million... Oh, I'll give you an example. When I was in Perth teaching Matrix, there was a lady there who said that she, as a child, used to get locked up in the bedroom with her two siblings constantly. And the other two siblings got on really well, so she felt like an outsider. So let alone being trapped in this room, she felt like an individual or an outsider in that room. This will take me years to get over about. So anyway, they did a breakout session, and somebody worked with her on that. She came back smiling. I said, "What happened?" And she said, "I'm over it. Doesn't mean anything anymore." I said, "How many years was that going to take to get rid of?" Okay, so while I get that it feels massive right now for her, it doesn't take a lot of this to get it to a place of feeling okay. Yeah? And then it's a matter of clean-up.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
In reference to those people that go kicking and screaming, what if they don't go at all? Can you do it surrogately?
Yes, absolutely. I had a lady that I did a session with who, she rang me up and she said, "Look, my son has paranoid schizophrenia, very angry." Pardon? My mum. Your mum? Okay. Okay, yeah. Very angry with the world, taking himself out of society. And I just said to her, "Look, we could do surrogate work." And it was interesting because we actually ended up in a past life where she was a perpetrator to him. Not necessarily his mum, but a perpetrator. We cleared that. We did some current day stuff. We actually went back to his birth and rebirthed him and all the energy around that. And it was interesting because she had an issue with him at birth too. So we dealt with that. And she said that week she'd received 2 phone calls from him. She hadn't been there to get the call, but he'd left a message, and that was very out of character for him. What's happening currently, because we did 2 sessions, what is happening currently is that he is connected with her husband, and he's out there looking for somewhere to live, getting work. And she said that I saw out of character, and that all started from when we did those surrogate sessions. Very powerful work with this. Yeah. Time. Okay. Thank you for listening.
Stay there. All right, so those of you who haven't been familiar with matrix reimprinting, you've had a really powerful demonstration of what that can do here. And I'm sure you're going to want to find out a little bit more. Before we go away, and I'm going to thank you again. Actually, let's do that now, and then I'm going to ask Caroline to talk about how people can follow up with her. So would you please join me in saying a big thank you to Caroline for that session there.